Black coffee with a side of tea starts now only on Stunner Radio.
Hey guys, welcome back to Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. This is the girlfriend's destination, and we want you to feel welcome. It's a new month, it's a new opportunity, new beginnings, new possibilities. So take heed to October because we are not that far from December. Make sure you make those right choices in October. Celebrate yourself. So we're going to do a sister check in with my girls, Lisa Denae and Zozo. We're going to bring them in. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on.
Hey.
Hey, ladies.
What's going on?
Hey,
It's
everybody.
October.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, T-Baby.
Hey. Happy
October
Saturday.
1. Yes. Happy end of Mercury Retrograde.
Yes,
It's
Lord.
it's been a good long 3 weeks.
Yes, a little too long if you ask me, but made it through. This week was a lot better than last week. I can honestly say that. I definitely strive to just push through the end of this Mercury retrograde. Of course, it was ups and downs, but overall, it was totally better than last week. And I'm still here. I'm still surviving.
Awesome. Those tests and trials, baby.
Well, that's good.
Yes, I'm excited because Mercury. Hey, Miss D.
Hey, Miss D.
Hey.
Hi, ladies. How's
Hey,
everyone?
D. How you doing, D?
Hey. So yeah,
it was last week wasn't bad for me. I didn't even really notice the retrograde last week, so I was good. But this week is a whole nother story.
Yeah, it's like it comes in waves and it hits people at different times.
mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
mine was last week. T Baby's was probably the first week. And yours was probably the last week.
Yeah. So we took turns.
Uh-huh.
We was team tag in. We was tagging in.
I think so because T Baby, I think you said that first week, your week was a little rough.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It definitely was. So we was tagging in and tagging out, which is a good thing because you don't want to.
Miss D said, I noticed it for me. I was very off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I noticed it last week.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
You can definitely tell because your energy is kind of like, yourself, because we've been with ourselves forever. So we know how we operate in certain spaces and how we show up, how we respond to certain things that people say, how we normally will respond. And you can kind of tell when you being tested. Like you said, Lisa, when you can tell when somebody's trying to test you, you be like, I don't know why they trying me this week. I don't know why they trying me. Why they reaching out or why they backtracking. You can tell when people are backtracking to resolve some stuff that they thought that they resolved before. So, but
yeah, let burdens lie. Let them go.
Right.
Retrograde.
Because what's going to happen now is that you were reaching out during retrograde, and the silence on the end of the phone will return, and leave it that way. Don't come back. We good. Don't reach out.
I'm the person who's the silence on the other end of the phone. So it don't work that way for me. I'm the one I'm that person that people say you always ghosting or you don't, but it's not that. It's that I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
I do not have time to worry about what somebody else got going on. And then I feel like my internet acting up. Can y'all hear me? I feel like I'm freezing up.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's I have had some people to come back and try to backtrack, but that never works for me because I always tell people that I don't believe in going backwards. I don't believe in, if it didn't work out before, it's not going to work out now, even more so.
Right.
So But for me, the retrograde has been good and bad. Like at first it was good, but then it just took a turn on your girl. I was like, wait a minute now. All my life, I done avoided the penitentiary. Now, what's going on
All
here?
your life.
Right. I definitely understand.
I'm
Yeah,
telling y'all that moon and that Mercury retrograde
it was
combination.
a doozy. It was a doozy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
When
was.
when I tell you, my body was like, "Kabunk." I woke up extremely tired every day because of the moon. I don't know what it is, but whenever we have a moon, a new moon, a full moon, I just be so tired. It's like it's hard for me. I normally wake up at like 7:30, even though I have to clock in at 9. I'm usually up, trying to move around, get my body together. My body say, girl, no, we're gonna sleep to almost 9.
Almost 9.
It was so difficult
Right
for me to
before.
wake up. Yeah, I would literally look at the clock, turn over, phone. I wouldn't plug my phone up. I was forgetting to plug my phone would not be charged, so my
Now,
alarm would not be going off.
now I
I
will
was
say that happened to me Thursday and Friday. I did not hear my alarms go off, and I was like, "What is happening?
right. Mm-hmm.
You gotta get that baby out of here at 8 by 7:45. Okay, he gotta be in school. They got to get up out of here. So no, I can't oversleep. And I was like, what? 2 days in a row? That's weird.
Yeah, that's how you know you was tired.
Lisa, don't laugh at me. He gotta go. Can't stay here. He gotta go.
Say,
I already
nuh-uh.
know how that is. You're not missing
Oh
school.
yes,
What? Oh no.
Uh-uh.
You missed the bus. That's okay. I will
We're gonna
take
take
you
you. Yes.
right,
Right now. Right now. Get your stuff. Come
baby.
on.
I remember that too. And we're like, I missed the bus. Why? Okay, but let's go because
Yeah.
you're going to school
It's
today.
okay. It's okay. Today, it's okay. Don't do it again
Right.
tomorrow.
Yes. But we like T Baby said, it's wrapping up. And honestly, I do not give a whole lot of credit to
Mhm.
these type of things, Mercury retrograde, nothing like that. Because first of all, I think people just people. And a lot of times people be trying you, whether it's Mercury retrograde or not. They
A
try
Right.
new
you whether
moon
it's
or
a
not.
full moon, half moon, no moon,
Absolutely.
sunshine, rain, snow. They're gonna try you.
I
So I
agree.
really try not to give too much into that. But this time I did feel like something was definitely off.
Mm-hmm. Miss D said, I've been like this since I returned from my honeymoon vacation. I'm still discombobulated and tired. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a minute when you get from that honeymoon because, first of all, your adrenaline is high. Like you are
Mm-hmm.
on a high that once you come down, and I haven't had 3 of them, so I know. Once you come down from that high, it's hard to get back to reality. And then you dropping that thing on them on a regular, so that makes you
I said,
tired.
banging.
The thing is banging.
Maybe that thing be thangin'. So you be trying to get back into your schedule, but then
Right.
y'all in love. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Baby,
it's
listen.
hey, it take a minute.
I knew she was over there laughing. I could feel her laughing when you were saying that thing be thinking
Yes.
and
You
all of
know,
that.
you be putting that thing on them, and it is really like she said, "Hush, girl."
I knew it. I said, why she over there cracking up?
You know
Yes,
it.
it's really such a high moment in your life, and it's such a just it's like to me a happy bomb. You just get bombed with happy, and
Happiness.
it's
Yeah.
hard to come back to normal from that.
Hmm.
It's hard to get your body and your chemistry back, and that's probably why people like me get married more than once because we want that. We want that part again.
Say, I'm
She said, I'm too old for this shit.
hey, Miss D, I understand that, and I have not been married before, but I've already expressed to my family to be ready because y'all gonna be tired along with me because we putting it down. Y'all
Wait,
seen
you
Kitty
taking the
pop
whole
up.
family with you? On the
No,
honeymoon?
not taking the whole family. I'm just saying when it comes to the reception,
Okay.
we're gonna
It's
turn
going
it
down.
out. It's
Yeah,
going down.
definitely.
I'm having a bomb blast. We're gonna dance the night away because I seen Petey Pablo do a reception for this couple, baby.
Not
The
Petey
whole
Pablo.
Petey Pablo.
Oh Lord.
And they were actually in North Carolina. And he was singing his North Carolina
North
song.
Carolina, come
Yeah.
on.
And
Okay.
wait, they all had they
Take
napkins
your shirt
and the
off.
sleeve.
Sister right
Baby
here.
came
Like a
in.
helicopter.
Baby, listen, I'm
Oh.
telling you, it's gonna be several dance combinations. So just if you don't, you get your heels together, whatever you need to put inside the shoes, take them out, whatever. I want you to have a blast because I plan on having a blast
So,
because it's my
Hey,
first.
you gonna be thanging that whole night, huh?
so
Thank you.
before we get into the social media stories, Dee said before it started, baby, it started from the rehearsal dinner and carried on to the honeymoon because the wedding party went with us. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow. So yeah,
Yeah.
they was singing for real.
Oh man, y'all
Y'all
was
had a ball.
partying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all had a ball.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard to come down from that. That's gonna be hard
Oh,
to
yeah.
come down from.
Yeah, it's gonna take
So
you about a
before
week
we
or
get
two.
into our social media story, so T baby, so you already said, so you trying to have Petey Pablo at your reception?
Not necessarily Petey
Take your
Pablo,
shirt off.
but I want some. I mean, I'm just saying, put it out there. Yeah, you don't have to have.
So
I just
if y'all
want
could have anybody perform at your wedding and reception, who would you pick before we go to break?
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you mine. I'm gonna pick Raheem Devon to sing at my wedding.
You can't pick the same person.
Well, yeah, I was gonna pick Usher. That's who I was.
You can't pick the same person I was gonna pick too because I had him.
Yes,
So
we need
I
to see the
probably have
videos
both.
and pics, Miss D. She said I'm gonna have to show
Yes.
y'all videos. But we need
I
to
seen
see
some on
those.
Instagram. They're
I seen
really
some of the
She's
pictures.
cute. She was cute.
Mhm.
Yes.
I was a baddie.
Yes, I would want Raheem, but I think that would be I don't know that would be bad for me for Raheem because I remember when he used to go on live and I didn't ever think he would pick me. And he picked me to go on live one day. And I literally was not prepared to go on live and he chose my name from
He
the
added you in.
he added me.
Girl, you be popping.
Yeah, he be popping. So he added
Girl,
me in and I was like, okay, boo.
She don't be doing nothing on social media but trying to get on people's lives.
I
Baby.
know. Don't worry, he's not gonna remember you from that. You know how many
Yeah.
I
people
already know.
it's all good. He ain't gonna remember. But yeah, I'm gonna need Raheem to sing at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I have one song that I want to request.
From
Don't drop that dun dun dun. Hey,
Oh,
don't drop
okay.
that dun dun dun. Don't drop that dun dun dun. Hey.
So for me, reception is gonna be either the Young Bloods or Juvenile. You already know.
Oh, look,
I hear that.
Yeah.
Cash money taking
Yeah,
over.
New Orleans, yeah.
In the early 2000s, huh?
It's over. Now,
would
the
probably-
Young Bloods,
Yeah, I would
my
want
other
Usher.
favorite song.
I would want Usher. I would want Raheem. No, actually, I would want Kenny Lattimore to sing
Okay.
at the wedding. I would want
Kenny
Kenny
Lattimore,
Lattimore
okay.
for the wedding. And then I would want somebody really, really crunk. I probably would want, I don't know if I would want a male artist. I probably would want a female. Megan Thee Stallion. You know, she probably get it crunk.
Ah, okay, hot girl, hottie.
And then I would want
She is
to.
not going to be shaking her ass in my new husband's face, girl.
No.
No.
Nice entertainment though.
Yeah, nice
That's
entertainment,
we're
but
not
not for
gonna
my
be
wedding,
able
bitch.
to
I
be
might have to beat
scooping
down the
it.
H down hottie.
Yeah,
Hell
we're
no.
not gonna be able to
Hell
be
no.
scooping it up and dipping it down
Hell
at the
no.
wedding of my man.
I'm trying to keep my marriage together. I just got the nigga.
We just got
I can't
married.
have her shaking all that cake in front of my new husband's face.
Baby,
No,
listen.
ma'am. No, ma'am. If any cake gonna be shaking, it's mine.
Nice entertainment.
Or
though.
duh.
Nice entertainment. Love to see me some Megans. That's my girl.
Right.
Now,
But
if Megan Thee
Lotto,
Stallion come to
Meg
your
Thee
wedding reception,
Stallion, Sweetie, none of them are allowed. Okay.
no, Lotto, no.
Oh, yeah, no,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no.
Mm-mm. They all got men, but
So
it's
if Megan Thee
okay.
Stallion, it don't matter because your man gonna be sweating bullets trying
Mhm.
hard
To keep it
Not
safe.
not to
look.
look.
Mhm.
Yes,
Exactly.
he gonna be like, oh,
You're right. You're right. I have to give it to you. You're right.
Yeah.
But I would want somebody that's crunk, and then I would want I would want to I just like how the African weddings when they perform the how they be dancing like the whole get up is like
yeah, the
bananas.
African weddings are nice, but I
Yeah.
do not want no African. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
I'm
I
That's
can't do
okay.
no
I
African.
like
I'm
I
okay
like
off of that. I'm okay. I'm okay off of it. I'm okay. I'm a pass on that one too. I agree with you, Lisa.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able
I'm
to
No
do it.
drums, none of that boom,
hey,
boom, boom, boom. I'm okay. Just give me a good song or two, three, four. I'm cool with that. And let me enjoy my ceremony because I feel like that's gonna take away from my ceremony.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, for me, I really do need it's 3 songs that gets me on the dance floor. I don't care if I'm tired, I don't care if I'm being bougie and sophisticated. I don't care if my pastor at the club with me. It's 3 songs that's gonna get me out of my seat. And I need one of them to be performed live at my reception. That's Back That Ass Up,
Yay.
Don't
Blow
drop
the
that
Whistle.
down.
Blow
Blow
the
the whistle.
Whistle
Listen.
is I mean, it's over
Yeah.
for me.
Good
And
job. You
then
got some good songs.
And then Damn by the Young Bloods. Y'all don't remember that. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey,
Okay,
if you
no, we're
don't
not
give a
gonna do
damn.
that at the wedding.
Oh, yes, we're gonna do
Just a
that.
little, just a little bit ghetto.
Don't start no shit. Won't
Won't
be
be
no
no-
shit.
Not at the wedding. Ain't
Wait a
nobody
minute.
doing no shit
Hey,
with you at your wedding.
that's not
Baby,
my wedding.
everybody needs to know don't start no shit. It don't be no shit. Okay.
She's giving
They
a
need to know
she's
that at
giving a
every
message.
occasion.
Zoe, she's giving a message at the
Okay,
wedding.
at the wedding. Check that.
Yeah, people need to know that at any occasion.
Not just weddings, any occasion. she said.
Especially the wedding, okay? I told you, just give me don't drop that dun dun dun, don't drop that dun dun dun. Hey, that's gonna get your girl up. But anything after that, we good.
Well, we
Baby,
shall
listen.
see who is going to have these receptions first, second, and third.
Yes,
So, because
darling.
your girl might just come up married. I'm one that'll just dip off and go and get her done and not tell nobody. So, you never know when it comes to me. We'll see.
Yeah.
Dang, y'all got quiet.
Hey, I mean,
I guess it's time for a break.
Whatever floats your boat.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for custom handcrafted fashion jewelry that makes a statement, look no further than Linda S. Jewelry, 1426. We specialize in quality pieces fit for any occasion. Follow us on Facebook at Linda S. Jewelry 1426 to view our inventory or to make a purchase. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
And we're back.
Hey.
We're back. I'm loving how she changed the pictures on her background.
I know the magazines are really cute.
Yes. Make sure you guys subscribe to Sterner Magazine. Make sure you look at the page for Sterner Magazine. It's awesome. Miss Lisa Denae is the editor in chief for Stunner Magazine, and it's some awesome articles in there featuring a lot of our guests that have been a part of Stunner Radio.
Absolutely. And we have our monthly what do you call it? Our monthly column in the magazine that's from Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. That's Zoeology. So that's always in there. So if you miss a Zoeology, just make sure you check out the magazine each month, and an installment of Zoeology is going to always be in there. So with that being said, the social media stories of the week, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a juicy one that y'all sent me about these beautiful white women who got their face cracked today. This week by a beautiful black sister. So let's check that out, y'all, because that was a lot for me.
How many of you would trade places with a black person in this society? Raise your hand.
Don't all speak at once. They start blinking hard. That was what.
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, it's yes or no.
Right.
How many of you would do it?
I know I would. I mean, I dated a Hispanic, very dark.
No, I'm not talking about Hispanic. The question is
that I was going to have children. So I spent many years thinking of myself of having very dark-skinned children.
The question is, how many of you would be willing to trade places in this society with a black person?
I think I would.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm not saying there's not racism. Absolutely not. It's just saying I don't see it.
Yeah, but you know how racist this country is.
Not to the degree that you do.
Oh, no, you will never know. You know, in this country, we created the criminalization of black people. And when your skin is seen as a weapon, you're never unarmed. And that's why black boys and men and women are dying in the street with their hands up. I was born in 1950. You know what I expect of white women? Not a damn thing. Nothing. I expect nothing of you because you have never given me anything. I can't trust you, okay?
But how can we come together when you say something like, I will never trust a white woman? If we had a really heart-to-heart talk, you said you would never trust me?
Well, I would have to see.
But out of all your years in life, you've never trusted a white woman.
Well, let me put it this way. The ones I have trusted have come back to disappoint me. Yeah,
that's sad.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that, Marnie, that when Regina's talking about her feelings and how she doesn't trust white women, instead of saying, my God, well, how can, why? What about me? That's what you said. Would you trust me? What if we had a heart-to-heart conversation? Why are your feelings so hurt?
Both of you, though, has been about...
It's like a hate against us. Like, I feel like it's like...
It's been very aggressive.
That really, like, hurt me that somebody would not...
But why are your feelings more important than the reality of the violence of our lives?
She ain't gonna have no answer.
So it seems like it keeps freezing up for me. Is it freezing for y'all too?
Yes,
it was freezing. Now you must have found the whole video of it, because what I saw, I didn't see all of that. Now, my whole thing is the entitlement. And I'm not even gonna lie, for the past 2 to 3 months, the entitlement of feeling some type of way towards Black people, like the more racism comes out, like, don't get me wrong, I know it's always been there, but the more I experience it, the more I see it, it really gives me chills. Like it's not irritating to me. It just really gives me chills, because it puts me in a place where, how do you raise your children in this society? Like, I literally asked my grandmother last week, what did you tell my uncle? Like, what did you say to him to help him survive in this world? Like, I have a son. Like, what did you say? What did you do? Like, how did you approach that? Because it was worse then, and it seems like it's getting worse now, you know? And it's just the entitlement for me. It's the Karens for me.
I think it's getting worse because they're getting more and more in the minority. And so it's more uncomfortable for them because they got people of color on all around them, not just black and white. Now it's black, white, Asian, it's people from India, it's people from everywhere, and they are outnumbered.
Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah.
So I think it makes them just rehash how they feel about us. Like, you niggers started with y'all.
Right. It's like another trigger. It's like another trigger for them at that point.
Right.
And I'm just trying to figure out and like understand the whole concept of how dating a Hispanic man makes you feel like
those are two polar opposites, sweetie. And then the audacity to say, I didn't want to have a dark kid, so I thought about me having children. So I didn't want my child to be dark. You are clueless, sweetie.
Very clueless. And it's crazy how she jumped to that. That was nothing to do with the question of would you trade places with a black person?
Nothing.
You said nothing about black people. Like, she jumped to Hispanic. Yeah. Like, what? And then she tried to throw shade out of all the years you've been on the earth. Baby, don't try me. Old girl was good.
She was very respectful. She was very respectful. And I commend her for her response on a lot of things that she said, because I don't know if I would have been able to say some of the things that she said, because first of all, y'all only saying y'all would trade places with a black woman because I'm asking you this question now, and we've addressed something, and I've had to reiterate the question in a direct manner now.
Exactly.
Stop it. It's ridiculous. Like,
it's a clear yes or no question.
That's it.
But I think they felt bad about
the whole video. That was good. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the whole video.
It's even longer because it goes long, and it really gets in depth because the black lady do not let them make it. She calls them on every single thing they say. Right. Yeah. And the other lady that's with her, I'm not sure of her nationality, but she calls them on it too. She lets them know it's not about. I think so too. But she says it's not about you. Everything is not about you. Why are you so offended? You know, why is your feelings hurt? And I think it's hard for them to really take a look at themselves and understand that they feel bad for silly shit. You know, you feel bad about something, a question that somebody asked you, when we got to wake up with this skin every day. Like, get out of here.
And it's considered a weapon. That's the trigger. It's a weapon. People are getting killed because of their skin color. Like,
but I wanted to go back to what you said about asking your grandmother, because I remember the first time I knew I was black, you know, and that was in kindergarten. So before kindergarten, I was in preschool. It was other kids around, but I didn't think nothing of it. You know, when you're a kid, you don't really think, oh, well, they different. I mean, I just looked at them and they looked at me. I didn't think it was no big deal.
Right.
Until I got to kindergarten, and my best friend, it was best friend, okay, to the point where I remember her to this day, and I'm 50 years old. My best friend, her name was Tabitha, and we used to come to school. We both wore dresses to school. So we come to school with our little dresses, and we do our little cutesy girly thing. And we was always together, thick as thieves. Lisa and Tabitha and Lisa. There we are. Oh, there go Lisa and Tabitha. There go Lisa and Tabitha. So we were thick. But then one day I came to school and she just turned her nose up at me and wouldn't even speak to me. And I was like, girl, whatever. And so I wait till we got to recess, and I was like, girl, what's wrong with you? Like, come on now. Why are you acting funny?
We're friends, right? We're friends.
Now, I'm 5 years old at the time. She said, I can't play with you no more. Yeah, that part. She said, I can't play with you no more because you're black. I said, what? What do you mean I'm black? She's like, I can't play with you anymore, and walked away. And so I was like, I am so thrown off. So when I got home, I asked my dad about it, and he was like, yeah, well, you know, sometimes people of other races don't like us because we're black. And what that means is your skin. And he started giving me the whole talk about, you know, our race. And how they were discriminated against. And so I got mad at my dad at that point, and I said, why didn't you tell me? Now, his answer is the whole reason why I brought up this story, because he said, I wanted you to enjoy being a child.
Yeah.
Right.
Because once you find out how they see you, your childhood is basically over.
Yeah.
You got to
think
you're
more conscious. Now you're more conscious.
You got to think different. You got to carry this burden. You got to feel a certain type of way when you're around other people. You got to watch what you say and do, because they judge you more harsher than others. It was a eye opener for me, and I was only 5.
Absolutely. And that's the crazy thing, is that the woman that was sitting there, like she's sitting there acting like she was a black person. Sweetie, you have never walked a mile in our shoes and probably couldn't even walk in the shoe. For you to be upset as you were, so she was like, okay, well, if we have a heart to heart, first of all, she might not even want to talk to you.
No, even if we do have a heart to heart,
that don't mean I'm gonna trust you.
You might not even be capable of having a real conversation with me.
Exactly. Your attitude tells me that. You already got an attitude.
That's the whole thing right there. And kind of going back to what you said, Lisa, like for me, it wasn't necessarily you're black. It was more of a half breed. You look like you half white, half black. So it's like you can't really hang out with the black kids. You can't really hang out with the white people because you look black still, and it was just like a lot of mixed emotions and mixed feelings, to the point where I had to figure myself out, at a certain age, and like I said, I asked my grandmother that because I am raising a boy, and with all the stuff that's going on in the world, even like with George Floyd, like how do you prevent certain things from happening if our skin color is a weapon?
Well, you have to really tell your boys, you have to tell your kids the truth. And, my dad, he did sit down and tell me the truth of all of it, like how he was treated, how they couldn't even go in certain places that we can go in now. They couldn't go in at all, not go in the back door at all. And so when he was telling me that as a kid, it made me feel sad for them. But he said, don't be sad for me, because look how far we've come and we still got some way to go. But I just want you to know how they see you, so that you're always conscious and you're never disappointed.
Yeah.
Right. And see, I think they can't understand that. They'll feel like, oh, we don't all see you like that. We can't take that chance.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. I agree.
I definitely agree with that. And that's basically what she was asking. Would you be willing to trade places with any black person in society?
No, they wouldn't.
And most of them wouldn't, because they've enjoyed their privilege.
They're comfortable. They're comfortable in the state that they're in.
Right.
Now let me ask y'all, would you be willing to trade places with a white woman? Zoe, don't answer, because you know.
Pale.
All you gotta do is put on a blonde wig, sis.
I cannot with you. Oh my God.
The shade.
The shade is real.
Well, I'm gonna answer, because a few years back, somebody asked me that question. I was like, hell no, I love being black. I would never want to be no flat ass, no flavor, no rhythm. I'm good. I like I like it over here. But as I go, oh, the hell yeah, I would. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would, because they don't got half the expectations on them that we have. When they're a single parent, people feel like, oh my God, you're a single parent.
We commend
how
you.
do you do it
we
all?
We commend you.
Oh my God. Everybody, let's help her out, because she's a single parent.
Yes. Yeah. Grab the stroller, Johnny, and we'll grab her bag, and you take the baby, John.
But Lakeisha over there, Lakeisha is gonna be on welfare. She gonna be struggling trying to take care of what she got to take care of, and then she's just another regular old schmeggle old black woman on welfare.
Mm-hmm. And then for the people who ain't on welfare but need welfare, it's even worse. It's
you make too much money, Jane.
Yeah, you make too much money. You get $11 in food stamps.
Lakeisha, you make too much money. You're above the threshold. in order to receive services. So I can't help you.
And then for me, to be honest, I had a white friend before who helped me with a lot of things, because if I needed something, I would send her to ask for it. Girl, go ask supervisor, can we, and she'd be like, he ain't gonna say, girl, just go do it, because he gonna agree with you. And he always did. So of course, at this age that I am now, if I had opportunity, which we know we can't, oh hell yeah, I would. I would switch in a heartbeat. I would be the most Tamika-ish Rebecca you ever seen.
Not Tamika-ish. Karen. Give me a Karen.
Mix it all together, baby.
But you know what? I will tell y'all this. Tyler Perry did a good job on that Jasmine's Blues on Netflix. I would advise y'all to go watch that. It's pretty much kind of like what we're talking about. So yeah, I would definitely.
I watched it. I was heartbroken. It was very, very, very hard to watch.
Yeah. The ending.
Toward the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just and it's the reason why I know Black people have trauma in our DNA, because I wasn't alive during them days, but all of that triggered me. I felt triggered.
Absolutely.
I felt afraid for my own safety, and I was just like, wow, how far we've come, but yet we still in the same boat in some areas.
Yep.
And that goes back to what I was saying. I feel like it's starting to kind of like get worse again, like it's kind of like we're reverting back almost to not exactly where we started, but it's getting back bad. Like the racism is increasing, and it never really stopped, but it's just getting worse now, for everything that our ancestors fought for and all the things that, the places that we've gone. I feel like it's reverting now.
Absolutely. I think it's been dormant. I think it's been dormant. I think it's always been there. It's just more prevalent now. Like Lisa said, they're feeling threatened. They're becoming outnumbered because in society they are now trading places with other people who would normally be in minorities now. So now you outnumbered, and we are in the rankings for certain things that we normally probably wouldn't be in the rankings for because of the color of our skin. Businesses, real estate, other things that we've had to fight for. Our 40 acres and a mule that we never got.
Yeah.
We're getting it now. Some of us are getting it. There's a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of Black businesses that are flourishing, and is overdue.
Not even that. Some Black women are now in positions that people would have never expected them to be in,
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I disagree a little bit, because I don't think it was ever dormant. I think it was always there. It's never gone away. It's just the way they express it has just always been more subtle, but it's never gone anywhere. And then when they boy got in, Trump, when he got in, they all got brave, and they felt like they could say certain things and do certain things. And a lot of them got some ass whoopers behind them. But they did feel more brave to express their hate and express their dislike of us and disguise it as patriotism and say, oh, I'm a patriot. Okay, whatever. You could be a patriot, but you don't have to try to degrade and belittle other people to be a patriot, and then try to make us feel like we're not American. Get the out of here. I'm as American as they come because I was born in America, baby. Chicago, okay? It don't get no more American than that. So, I mean, I just feel like it's always been there. And the other thing I kind of disagree on is that when you say Black women are in positions people didn't think they could be in, they always knew we could do it. That's the reason why they oppress us so much. They know how intelligent we are, how athletic we are, how gifted we are, how creative we are. I mean, if you just look at one aspect of our culture, when it comes to our language, everybody want to talk like us. Everybody want to
look like
us. Everybody want to look like us. You can go to any country in the world and find somebody that dress like, talk like, walk like, sing like a Black person.
Right. And when I said that people didn't expect, not necessarily white people, our culture, we did not see, we didn't see a Black woman being in the justice system. Like some people did not see that, is what I mean. Not necessarily white people, because like you said, that's why they oppressed us.
Yeah, and so their propaganda worked on us. So you're right, we start to not see it ourselves. Because if you tell somebody something long enough, they start to believe it. Absolutely. So if you tell me all long enough that I'm fine, baby, I'm gonna come through.
I'm gonna believe it.
Thinking I'm fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? Could be wearing a red wig, looking like Ronald McDonald, but baby, I'm gonna be thinking I'm fine as hell if you tell me enough. You know what I'm saying?
Get off the
line.
Same thing. Get off the line.
It's the same thing when it comes to Black people. I'm just saying, they do that to us, and some of us believe, you know, the lies that we told. If you hear it enough, you start to believe it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, get off the line.
So anyway, moving on. Before we go to our topic for tonight, we got to talk about Messy Bessie, our girl, Kim Burrell.
I would have much preferred, especially dealing with gospel, Yolanda Adams, who we're both from Houston, Texas, to pick up the cell phone and say, hey, I have a career to save, and I can't agree with your stance right now. I need to say something different to my public. So I would have preferred that, to call and say, we've been in the gospel game too long together, and this is negative. This looks really, really bad. So I'm not going to be able to affiliate with you. I would have respected it and said, hey, do what you got to do, but at least we have an understanding.
Well, I mean, and let me be clear here. Yolanda is a friend of mine as well.
Good.
I am also from Texas.
Oh, okay.
And I did not want to turn this into because I don't know what happened behind the scenes. What I was asking, if you wanted more time for it, you said there was more of a backstory to what you said on the.
Yeah, so that was the end of the video. So once again, as y'all can see,
lost.
So did y'all kind of catch the little subtle shade that was going on right there?
I heard the shade.
Yeah. So so what's the back history? Why was she on there talking about that?
Because, okay, you remember a little while ago, Kim Burrell got in trouble again for preaching about people being broke. And so people was trying to cancel her again. And I guess Yolanda Adams had something to say or didn't want to be affiliated with her anymore because, baby, the third time's a charm. You know, I don't blame Yolanda. She probably like, girl, you talk too damn much.
Right now.
Yes. So Kim decided to go on Tamron Hall's show and bring up Yolanda Adams' name. First of all, don't say my name.
Don't name drop. That's what you're not gonna do.
Not with the shiggities. Don't do that.
Especially not with somebody that mess with me.
Right.
And Tamron let it be known. Oh, she's my friend as well, and I'm from Houston, Texas as well.
We don't play like that. We don't play like that.
Her foot was right here when she started with Yolanda Adams. The more she talked, it kept saying,
yeah, just put her whole foot in her mouth.
Yeah, because you just have to be. I think with people mouths can truly get you in trouble.
Absolutely.
Everything doesn't have to be spoken about, and that's the misconception is, oh, I got to say something. No, you don't.
But you don't go on TV. You do not go on TV and say my name and say, I wish you would have come. You don't do that. I don't care what the situation is.
She didn't have to pick up her phone. That's why she didn't.
Yeah, it's
she didn't pick up her phone. It's not.
Sometimes it's better leaving stuff unsaid.
Right.
But I like the way Tamron Hall stepped up for her girl. She was like, hold on now. Glasses. Hold on, glasses.
Hold up.
The glasses was killing me, honey.
I'm from Texas too.
The glasses took me out because I was
it was
like,
the looking over them for me.
It was the too much keep touching.
Girl.
Like, if you got to touch them that much, don't put them on your face. Anything you have to consistently as a part of your fashion, don't wear it.
You have to continuously
for you. If it doesn't fit correctly, if you have to consistently touch it or tug on it, the whole
it's not for you. It's not for
you.
Yeah.
Don't do it for yourself. If it doesn't fit your head, it doesn't look right. Look in the mirror 2 times, maybe 3.
I'm done with both of y'all.
I think she looked in the mirror plenty of times. She looked in the mirror plenty of times, but them glasses was obstructing her view.
Yeah, them bifocals.
I don't know.
But it's the messiness for me. I think somebody on her team needs to have a sit down meeting with her. For real. And say, look, shut up.
Because you can't continue to go around calling people broke and in the church.
Right.
I mean, she's been in several controversies because she talked too much. I mean, you guys remember back in the day, way back when Beyonce used to give interviews, she used to say crazy stuff. You see what happened? She don't give interviews no more.
Yeah, it was the whole animal one. If I could be an animal, I would be a that interview right there. She stopped doing interviews after that.
But
I'm proud of you.
Because her people smart. Just sing, baby. Just sing and look beautiful. That's all we need you to do. And it's the same for Kim Burrell. Just sing.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Just do your talent and don't do anything else.
That's it.
People are ridiculous.
That's that song. Just be pretty. You so pretty. That's all you're supposed to do. Anything extra that you are incapable of, if you're not a publicist, be quiet.
Please.
Yeah, when you don't know how to curtail your words and you don't know certain things, it's just common sense. You don't go on TV and mention somebody's name like that.
No.
Right. Yes.
Especially if you don't know the relationship that the other person may or may not have with the person that you're speaking on. Because I'm going to defend mine too.
Absolutely. And I don't blame her.
Yes.
Because you speaking on my friend, let me check you right quick because you on my show talking about my friend.
Thank you.
D says, OMG, she needs to shut up. I don't know why her PR lets her do that. I don't either. She is like,
they just collecting their check. They don't care.
But see, also, I think that she is the type of person that feels like I am who I am and I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And you're going to hate it or love it. But take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes that's a little too much. You know, sometimes it's just a little bit too much, and especially with what you're saying.
She said you better leave Yolanda Adams alone.
I know that's right, because we love us some Yolanda Adams.
Yes, because Yolanda Adams is a staple.
And that's another person who do not get no whole lot of interviews. Some people are smart. They know, look, you know, sometimes I go to the left, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Absolutely. I know I can.
She said, "Oh, a messy Christian. I can't stand it." That's what Miss D will say. Yes, honey.
Yeah, they the worst ones, the Christians. They the messiest of the whole bunch.
Throwing stones and hiding hands for me.
Well, anyway, I think we should go to our topic. It's a couple more social media stories I wanted to talk about, but I don't think we have time. So let's go to our topic for tonight for zoology.
Hey guys, it's Zoe Ross from Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. And I hope you're ready for this new segment, Zoeology, because it's time to start asking all the questions that you want to know the juicy answers to. Hey guys. So I do have a quick question from one of our viewers. She said, as a woman, a mom, daughter, girlfriend, sister, whatever, how do you properly acknowledge when you're overwhelmed and how do you deal with it? Well,
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I'm all of those, I'm a lot of those things, But first, I think even with being daughter, sister, whatever, I think the first thing is acknowledging what is the problem. So I did a little 1-2 step about being overwhelmed. And like I said, the first step is acknowledging your stress and like what makes you overwhelmed. It's a lot of triggers, you can really sit back and acknowledge your triggers and see what's wrong. You can really talk to yourself. The second step is taking a moment for yourself. So sometimes you do need to take a break from social media, take a break from the world, just really take time for yourself to really know what's going on and get in tune with yourself. The third thing would be to reach out for support, getting a therapist, or having a great support system. I know that's the main thing that a lot of people really need is a good support system.
Yes,
absolutely.
I agree, Zoe, with all three of these points, and I think the biggest thing for women, especially Black women, and D says prioritize. That's a big one.
That was a good one.
That's a big one. I think the biggest barrier for most Black women is just acknowledging it. That you said your first one. Acknowledge that you're stressed or overwhelmed, because sometimes we so busy dealing with it and we're so used to just keep going.
Right. Absolutely.
You don't really acknowledge like is something wrong, your mental, something is wrong with you, or you're going through some things. Yeah, you're going through things, but you don't really like acknowledge it and take the time to deal with the things that you're going through, So
absolutely,
just acknowledging it would be my biggest thing, my biggest advice, acknowledging your stress.
And I just want to mention that today on Survival Mode Disengaged with Miss Cat, she had a guest that had a story that kind of goes with this. It's something that I've never heard in my life. I've heard of people having a mental breakdown. I've heard of people having, back in the day, used to call it a nervous breakdown. But this particular woman, she had several businesses that she was running. She was successful. She was doing her thing. She went home one day. She did have something happen at one of her jobs, her businesses, that triggered her, but she didn't think much of it. She went home one day and got in the bed and could not get back out the bed.
Right.
She was stuck in the bed. She was completely overwhelmed with depression, anxiety. It just fell down on her like a ton of bricks with no warning. So I have never heard of that happening to somebody so suddenly, but she actually couldn't even take care of herself. Her family had to care for her. I mean, do y'all see how serious that could be?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When you don't deal with
a lot of people don't ask, how is your mental? We say, how you doing?
Right.
But we don't really say, how is your mental state? How are you mental? How are you doing mentally? And I think that's the biggest thing. Even if I did ask y'all today, where's your mental? How are y'all doing today? I don't know if we could have an honest conversation about that.
I think you're right. A lot of people couldn't. I know I can, because I'm gonna tell the truth. But can people handle it? That's the thing for me.
Yes.
I really tell you how my mental is, will you be able to receive that?
Right.
I think that's why some people don't say. That's why some people just be like, I'm good. Because if they really tell you, I'm really about to go out here and commit a homicide, you're gonna be like, oh my God.
Right.
Really? We need to talk about it, and it's not enough time in the day to talk about it,
Right. Exactly.
But I think people should ask, and I think people should be prepared to hear the answer.
Yes,
absolutely. That's it. It needs to. We just need to have real conversations.
Absolutely.
Because we all get overwhelmed, and it's definitely important for you to acknowledge it. Because when you don't, you can be like the woman that you spoke about that was on Miss Cat show. When it does catch up with you, it'll
take you out.
It takes you out, and you still trying to figure out how you got there.
Yep.
Well, I would encourage anybody to go and watch. It is Mental Health is Wealth, Part 2 on Survival Mode Disengaged. And I'm going to tell you something. She gave out some amazing resources because she was able to go into recovery. And when she got back on her feet, she started an organization where she helps other people deal with mental health issues in a major way. Like, she does a lot of good work for the community. So for her case, it was really a divine intervention, because had she not went through that, who knows? She may have never started that organization. She may have, still was doing the other things she was doing. So she have saved so many other people's lives because she dealt with mental health issues. So that's something that we all should take into consideration. Like, you may be going through what you're going through, not for yourself, but for other people that you may be, the person to help them.
Miss D said, coming from a person that sees a therapist, I want to get rid of the stigma that if you see a therapist, you are crazy. Mental health is real. And Miss D, I definitely agree. She said it's okay to say you're not okay. 100%, I agree with you. I see a therapist as well, and in our culture, that's not taught to us. That's not talked about. And if you do go seek a therapist, is something wrong. That's the reason why you're seeking a therapist. At a point, I had to tell my therapist, like, I don't want to just talk to you when I'm having a problem. I want to make it consistent, because it actually helps you grow as a person.
Right. And then, I'm a person who has seen a therapist in the past, and definitely looking back into getting into some more additional therapy. D says, no, we are taught to pray the demon out. Ain't that the truth?
Go to church with the Christian.
The thing about it is, prayer does help me when I'm feeling overwhelmed. But also, when I pray, I do realize that God is telling me, you need to see a therapist. You still need to get some help. You need to talk to somebody, because it's just something that we need. Sometimes you need to talk it out. You need another perspective. You need to even just have somebody to vent to that you can trust. That's unbiased.
And it's confidential, so it can't be repeated to your friends and family. That might be something that you need, like just a sounding board.
Yes, and what Miss D said is so true. Faith without works is dead. Absolutely. She says it does help, and that's so true, because you could be sitting there praying and God saying, I already gave you the answer. You need to go call your therapist, or you need to go. You can't just sit there and pray all day, because that's not going to necessarily be the answer for you. But I think that a lot of times it's like people who don't go to the physical doctor. Sometimes you're scared of what they're going to tell you. It's the same with mental health. I think some people know they're struggling with some things, but be scared to go see someone because they don't want a diagnosis. But I want to encourage people, don't be afraid of a diagnosis, because because they may say you have bipolar disorder, or you have obsessive compulsive disorder, or anxiety disorder, whatever they tell you, you don't have to label yourself with that. And then it's not a death sentence. It's just like anything else. You can work through it, you could get better, and you could recover.
Absolutely.
They give you the tools. They're going to give you the tools to work through it. They're not just going to tell you this is what it is and leave you be. They're going to give you the tools, the resources to work through it. And that's the important part, is doing the work. Are you willing to do the work?
Are you willing to do it? Not anybody else working for you. Are you willing to put in that effort to get your mental state right, to have it on a good balance? Like, you have to be willing to do that. Nobody can do that for you.
Absolutely. And I think that if we look at it as a mind-body connection, you're not going to tell nobody to go run laps for you, because it's not going to help you. You can run a mile all day for me, but I'm still going to be over here to something.
Huffing what I'm saying? Huffing and puffing over here.
Yeah, it ain't gonna help me. So just to think that somebody else, doing their work is going to help you mentally too, it's not going to help. So I think that if we remember that mind-body connection, we'll start to remove the stigma in our own mind. Because really, I think as far as the Black community as a whole, the stigma is kind of dropping away.
Right,
I think it's each individual who may still struggle with the stigma themselves of, do I really want people to know I'm struggling? Or do I really want people to know sometimes I don't want to get out of bed? Do I really want people to know Sometimes I'm just sad for no reason. You know, we have to get past that. That thing that we have as Black people are trying to be perfect all the time.
Agreed. I feel like it's like I said, it's not taught. So some people generally don't receive it or accept it into their circle because this isn't something that they were brought up on or that they really know about until it's introduced to them.
Right.
But I do want to give out some other tips of what I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed. And I know it's cliche because a lot of people say to do it, but I'm going to just reiterate it. Sometimes you have to get off social media. Sometimes you have to unplug. You have to get away from it all. You can feel overwhelmed. It's always something going on. I haven't watched the news in weeks because for a while it was just too much.
Yeah.
It was just too much. It's always something. And sometimes you got to do that. You got to unplug from everything just for a little bit.
I definitely agree with that.
That's taking time for yourself. You definitely
you need that mental break.
Absolutely.
That definitely happened for me in 2020 is to not watch the news because of all the things that were going on. We had COVID and then we had all the police shootings.
Absolutely.
And then people at work would be like, "Well, did you see?" No, I didn't. And I don't want to hear what it was. I don't want to see it, and I don't want you to talk about it.
Yeah. So my thing is really social media. Like you said, you know, during COVID, it was really bad, but I was working in the hospital during that time. And so, you know, they show it, you know, every room you go in, it's all over. So it was no getting away from like the news and stuff like that, but mainly social media because it's reiterated on social media. It's publicized more on social media. You see more activity on social media. You see women, you see these men certain ways that you might not be there in your life, you know, and it's just different lifestyles, different people. So I really had to take a step back from social media. Even now, it's times where I'll go a whole week without getting on social media because I can't do it. My mental state won't allow me to scroll and be, oh my gosh, like, you know, like I just can't bear it sometimes. So, and it's just getting out of control. And sometimes you really have to unplug yourself from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that because it's not benefiting you.
Yeah, and it's like you expose yourself to a lot of people, and everybody not healthy. It's a lot of toxic people on social media.
Absolutely.
And they say all kind of stuff. So you read, like I said, if you hear something long enough, you start believing it. So if you keep seeing all this toxicity all day long, eventually it's going to affect you. Now, not to, you know, bring up nobody name, you know, God bless the dead, but your boy Kevin Samuels, he's one. Like, he used to put so much mess out there, and then people retweet it, repost it, it was like to a point where I was just like, do they hate Black women? Do they hate us? And then I had to realize, no, there's just a few fools who want to take the word of another fool and run with it. So I had to unplug from those type of people and unfollow those type of people. So that was going to be my next tip. Cleanse your timeline. When you see people negative, I don't care if it's your cousin. When you see people who always posting something negative, unfollow them.
Yeah, it's the comments for me. Like, once I start I start snooping and doing all of that. Let me go ahead and take you off my thing right now. Because I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna see the likes and read the other comment to that comment, and then it just gets a little bit overwhelming, a little bit too much, you know.
Start seeing the shiggity in the comments.
Yeah, it's like the comments.
Hard eyes.
Comments are where it's at.
Hard eyes.
The comments are very entertaining, though. I mean, some posts, as soon as I see the post, I'll be like, "Ooh, let me head to these comments." Go.
That's me. I won't even comment. I'm just reading. I'm
reading them. Right.
Yeah, you hear the comments. Because people are wild. You hear me? People are wild. And
they
on
say
social
the craziest
media,
stuff.
People bold and brave on social media, so they say anything
and don't care what they saying.
Yes.
Nothing.
And it's entertaining and it's funny, but it could also be hurtful and harmful to your mental health if you indulge too much into it. So that's one of my tips. I try to unplug from that, but also I check in with myself. And I say this all the time to people, and they everybody got their own version of this. But for me, it's literal. Okay. I literally check in with myself. And this ain't for everybody, because maybe some people can't do this. But I literally say, girl, how you doing? Like, for real. And I'd be like thinking about it. Damn, I'm not doing okay. Like, because I don't feel, I'll ask myself, well, how we feeling today? Well, I'll be honest. I don't feel, I ask and answer. And that ain't for everybody. But for me, it works.
Yeah, I said to myself saying,
yes. Right. Yeah, I think mine would be meditation.
Okay.
I actually downloaded the app Apple Fitness, and they have different meditation tools on there. And just that little those breathing exercises can, if your shoulders are like this and you do the breathing exercises, you can feel your shoulders coming down, especially in the morning. Because I think in the morning times, even in the evening times, but it doesn't matter what time, but for anybody else. But for me in the morning, because we are setting a regimen for ourselves in the morning, and you're thinking about work, you're thinking about waking up, and if you're rushing, if you oversleep or anything like that, that can put you in a stressed state.
Yeah.
And so for me, I try to do it in the morning because it prepares me for the day. It gives me a clear mind. I'm ready to take on any other tasks that are going to be, and all the other energies that come along with being at work. So it kind of prepares you for, all of that comes along with being, a professional. So I do the meditation and the breathing techniques because it just clears your mind, it clears your body. It makes you pay attention. If you have some ailments in your body, you can feel it because you're taking that moment to truly be still with yourself. So that's what I do.
That's a good point. I do the meditation too sometimes, because you're right. Sometimes you just got to be still and be quiet. No noise, no thoughts in your head, just quiet. And that's hard if you ain't never done it before. You be looking for something to latch on to.
You should do.
It's hard for some people.
Yeah, it is hard at first. When I first started, I was like, quiet meditation. What? Oh, in the first 2 minutes, I was like, I heard a noise. I was opening my eyes. I was like, what is going on? I was like, so then the next time I did 5 minutes the first time, and then I graduated to 10 minutes, and then I did 15 minutes. It's starting with those first minutes that can be mind-boggling, because you're like, I don't know about this. It's too many noises.
I first started meditating when I would do yoga. And so, that it's like at the end of yoga, where you sit in the dark and lay back and stuff like that. And I didn't realize like how that actually benefits you, So then I would just do the meditation. And so I had somebody gave me a book of meditation, and it's like with cards and everything like that. And it's really good. It's really good. It's a good thing to incorporate in your lifestyle.
I think meditation is the one thing that got me off the edibles. Because them edibles, baby, I needed them edibles every day.
Daily.
But I was just like, first of all, these are getting quite expensive. Secondly, I don't like being dependent on nothing. And so I started to feel a dependency. I started to feel like, I can't go today until I get my edibles. I can't. And then I realized, no, I don't like that dependency. So I started meditating, and that is the thing that got me off the edibles. Like when I feel anxiety, because really that's what I was taking it for, the anxiety. Okay. So when I feel anxiety, I just get in my corner and I meditate. Now I can't do no more than 7 minutes, because after that, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
After that, sleep be calling.
100%. Right. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yes, but it's the best sleep ever. It is literally
because your mind is quiet, your body is truly relaxed, right? You can feel how your body is just like in a one state,
peaceful.
You know, you're in that one state. You're free from everything that you have to think about on a daily basis. You're just in that space with yourself, and give you an opportunity just to be. We don't always get a chance just to be. Those 5-10 minutes we get is awesome, because after that we like reality sets in.
But I did want to give 2 other tips before we end the show, and that was, for me, physical touch. It depends on who you are as a person, but for me, physical touch helps me when I'm feeling very overwhelmed, whether it's a hug, whether it's, just a pat on the shoulder, shoulder rub, whether it's,
that thing on that thing.
That thing banging. Whatever it may be.
I already knew it was coming.
Whatever it may be, physical touch is the thing that really helps me when I'm feeling overwhelmed, because I have to be around other people. And when I'm around somebody who I can trust to physically touch me, just because that's how I've received calm. I receive calm through physical touch. Okay. So that's something that helps me. Now, if you're a person who not, really into physical touch, I'm just going to say, give it a try, because it might be the thing you need. You may just need a hug. When people say, do you need a hug? Sometimes you really do.
Yeah, you do.
Sometimes you just need somebody to hold your hand for a minute. Yeah. Rub your back. Just a back rub works wonders.
Just touch your shoulder.
Touch your shoulder. Physical touch. Yeah, just physical touch.
Touch me.
Yeah, physical touch. And then, there's one other thing, and this is not for everybody. But allow yourself to indulge in whatever calms you. Don't overindulge, but indulge. For some people, it is physical, intimate touch.
That thing.
And that thing may need to be thanging. And if that's the case, go on and allow that, because, if you mad at your dude, y'all having a problem, baby, patch it up for the day, because if you're feeling overwhelmed, go on and get what you need. I'm just saying, it's a lot of people, and keep pushing. It's a lot of people out here feeling overwhelmed, snapping off on folks in traffic, trying to bite your head off at work because they just basically need to get laid.
Ain't got none.
So, that is definitely one of my tips for when you're feeling overwhelmed. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but orgasms are very calming.
Yeah, even if it's not that thing that you got, they have a few things like the rolls and, a few other,
Yeah, like I said, physical touch, even if you got to touch yourself.
Yeah, that part.
Yes,
that part.
Whatever it takes, and I am not a proponent of overindulging in things, but I do feel like sometimes you have to indulge yourself, even with a little shot of bourbon. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be that's going to calm you for the moment. I don't feel like you need to overindulge, but I think let yourself have, some simple pleasures sometimes.
Yep. Simple pleasures. That's a good
simple pleasures. That was a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yes. Simple pleasures, I don't think are a problem. And they do say that sex does release stress. So if it releases stress, I'm pretty sure it can release you being overwhelmed, which overwhelming can be part of stress, part of you being stressed out. So do you
help yourself. Help yourself.
Hang the thing
and help yourself. But if you do have a partner, sometimes that's the best way to get them to help you with things that's overwhelming you. Drop that thing on them, because you can ask to get the trash took out all day. You can ask, help me with this, help me with that. But when you put that monster on them, baby, you ain't got to much say nothing. You ain't got to much say nothing. All you got to do is let it do what it do. Let it work its magic. That's why we blessed to have it. Let it work its magic, ladies. Don't keep it to yourself. Sometimes your dude stressed too. He need you to put that thing on him.
Just as
I
much as
think
you
that
need
our
that thing on
society,
you.
I think our society make people feel some type of way about it. But at the end of the day, some of y'all backed up. I'm just saying, backed up and need a release. Yeah, to make everybody life easier. If y'all just go,
I can't get it. But she telling the truth. I have to agree with her.
I know some people do be backed up. That's why they shooting, carrying on in the streets.
Yes,
I understand.
Yeah, some people like literally.
They need some toys or something.
Mm-hmm.
They might not have nobody to drop that thing on that thing with, you know.
But see, it ain't nothing like the real thing. So whatever you may need to do in your personal life to get it together so that you can attract the real thing, go on and do that. Because
they're like, wow.
Because going without
one eye closed, Zoe.
Listen, going without can be harmful.
I'm in, so be careful what you do.
Right.
Going without can be harmful to your mental health. I know y'all may not agree, but
just make sure you protect yourself. When you do it, make sure you protect yourself. Because I seen a story about that, but it's a long story.
Because it's getting high in Texas.
It's getting real high, and the story I saw was Joe Budden. He stay in the media.
That kind of goes with what I'm saying. If you allow yourself to get backed up that bad, you ain't much got time to check to see if they put the condom on.
No,
you ain't much care.
You ain't
much care because you an emergency situation. It's urgent.
Time. I got time. Urgent. I got time today. I got time.
Yeah, but that's why you don't let yourself
get out.
You don't let yourself get to that point.
You got time to check the thing out.
You don't have to make time to check that.
I got time.
Because you can't be dropping that thing and ain't got to check out. That's what we're not going to do. Every day you need to go. Yes. Yeah. That part.
I got time today.
You need to make some time. Let's not do that.
I hear what y'all saying, but I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. And maybe you ain't never gotten to that point where it was urgent. But see, that's why I'm telling you, don't get to the point where it's urgent.
The urgency?
It's urgent. Yeah, it's an emergency.
Yes, exactly.
Do not let yourself get to that point. You know, have you ever been so hungry you had a little snack cake and barely got the wrapping off? You ate some of the paper? That's kind of how you can get.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
You just saying?
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Take care of yourselves, people. That's all I'm saying.
The rates are high in Texas right now.
So exactly. Very high.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, always wrap up. That's definitely something that we should do. But I think it's been a good topic, ladies. I hope that if anybody is out there overwhelmed, I hope that some of these tips helped you.
Yes.
Please let us know if they did. And don't be overwhelmed by yourself. Reach out to somebody to get some help. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you know, the Girlfriend's Destination, we're always here.
Yes, we're always here every Saturday at 7:00 p.m. Central Time, y'all.
Exactly. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube so you get the notification when we go live.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also don't forget to watch the replay if you miss us.
Exactly. Stop shacking with us. Go ahead and marry our YouTube page.
I know that's right. Say it again for the ones in the back.
Don't put the ring on your finger for
Black coffee with a side of tea.
Don't marry us. Don't keep shacking with us. We don't like the shack. Don't marry us.
Yeah, I like that because we wifey material over here.
Hey, Miss Megan Ross, girl. She said, "Have a great weekend, ladies. You too.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for tuning in." Well, that's our time, ladies. I've had a great time with you guys as usual.
Always. I love you, ladies.
Love you too. And I will see y'all next week.
Bye.